Hello and welcome to PTI in Your Face. I'm Dylan Rosahowski with
Patrick McMullen
and
Jackson Robb.
Our first topic is going to start with Eli Manning, a Super Bowl winning quarterback. What do you guys think about him? Do you think that he will have a bounce back year after his past two horrible seasons?
You know what? I think he has to eventually. You know what? Eli Manning has Daniel Jones right on his back to be a starter. As much as a lot of people think that was a bad pick, for Eli, that's not what he wanted to see. And a quarterback in general is not what he wanted to see. So Eli Manning does have that pressure on his back. And now without Odell Beckham, he just has a lot of pressure. But I think Eli, all the experience that he has, I think that he will be able to bounce back because he realizes all the things that are going on around him and all that pressure that has been put on him. I think he'll be able to deal with the pressure and he'll make a better comeback season this season.
What about you, Patrick?
I have to completely disagree with you there, Jackson, because I believe that we thought he might have a bounce back year last year. He didn't. And now he has a new rookie quarterback. And the coach, you already know, will be thinking about putting him in over Eli. And if Eli slips up, I think that he'll just be taken out of the game and they'll let Daniel Jones show it. And Eli, I think he'll crack under the pressure. I know that he's won 2 Super Bowls, but that was really with the receivers. And they just lost one of their best receivers in Odell Beckham. So I just think that Eli won't be able to have a bounce back year.
I know a lot of people were surprised by the Giants' pick with Daniel Jones. Now, how do you think he's going to do with his new team?
You know what? I didn't necessarily think that he was ready for a top 10 pick. So, and as I said, Eli with the comeback year, if Daniel Jones does get put in, I just feel like he might need a little bit more work to be that caliber because he went extremely early, in my opinion, a little too early. And I think if he gets put in, that pressure will get to him on the NFL level, and there's no way that he can just jump on like that and be an all-star.
How do you think Daniel Jones will do, Patrick?
I might have to agree with him a little there. I think that Giants fans were shocked. I was shocked. The whole world was shocked that they did not take Dwayne Haskins over Daniel Jones. And I think that Dwayne Haskins is ready for the NFL, personally, and I don't think that Daniel Jones will be able to step up to the plate.
Our next topic is one that is widely discussed around the sports world, not just one sport specifically, but all. Should gender affect the amount of money that someone is making in a sports season?
I don't think that gender should affect it at all. Soccer, for the U.S. women's team, they get paid way less than our U.S. men's team, and they actually qualify for the World Cup. And I've heard a lot of people say, oh, well, that's because the men's team have to play tougher opponents. But the women's team beat their worst. They can actually compete against other teams. And I think, personally, that if the women's were against the men's, I think that the women's would win. And that's why they just play at a higher caliber level, and they're more skilled. And so I think that, honestly, the pay should be equal, and if not more, for the women's team.
What about you, Jackson?
You know what? I actually 100% agree. Gender should not matter. You're born with who you are, and that's what it is. Again, I do agree. The women's team, they should be paid the same again, if not more. In most sports, you wouldn't think of it, but women are better at a lot of sports that you might not see. Just look at college level first. I know you're not paid in college, but it's just an example. Lacrosse. In some places, lacrosse, women's is a lot better, but men get a lot more attention. So what I'm saying, that's attention-wise. But I think that can carry over into pay because women get paid less in a lot of sports. So I do agree. I think everything should be equal. And again, for soccer, it could be if not more because they are a lot better at some sport than men. But at the same time, men are better at some too. So that can also weigh in. But I do agree that they should both be played equal.
All right, we go back to the NFL now. The rules have been changed. A lot of things have been going on. But another very interesting topic in the NFL with a lot of the commissioners is the preseason. Do you guys think that the preseason should be changed at all? Should it be shortened, made longer, or should they just not have a preseason and expand the postseason?
I think that they shouldn't have a preseason, and even if they decide to, it should just be way shorter because they want their teams to be ready. But first off, you're playing their second team, and so you're not even getting that ready because it's your backups versus their backups. And second off, you should have enough training to be able to go straight into a real NFL game without needing the experience of a minor league game that doesn't really count.
Jackson, do you have any opinions on that?
You know what? I really disagree with you there. You got to look at this. The rookies, sure, they have training camp, but that's a whole different thing. You're not playing big opponents. Sure, you're not starting your starters. I understand points, but there's a lot of other stuff on the table. Rookies get their chance to play. You get to see what rookie team are better. And you just got to see it and realize that, because preseason is a big thing. A lot of people still watch preseason. Sure, it's not high scoring. Sure, it doesn't mean much. But it shows you what the rookies can do. And for the players, it's great because they get to actually get some playing time if they're not starters. And I mean, I think for teams it's good also because they get to see how their rookies and new players will do with this team and this lineup, so they can realize for the regular season they can see who's better in what spot. Because sometimes you see the underdogs, that come out in preseason, they're so good they actually get a starting job. So preseason is big in finding roles for the teams.
Well, that's it for PTI In Your Face. I'm Dylan with Patrick and Jackson. Thank you so much for watching.